This fun? So this is one of the bonus patches I've been working on. Kind of cool. Turn parts off, as you can see, with knobs. Modwheel has a harp, and as the harp is coming up, you're hearing a cool thing. Let's see, how am I doing this? Oh, you know what it is? I have a pump house right here that's bringing up just a cool pulsing on the delay reverb. And then when I bring it down, the reverb keeps going and going. Isn't that fun? I'm just having a good time. So, hi, how you doing? My name's John, but you can call me Skippy. And this is a cool patch. There's a couple of these. Here, I'll give you the link. You can download my work in progress bonus patches right now. If you know, I don't even have a web browser up, so I can't see chats. Firefox, where are you? Hello? And let's go to YouTube. Maybe I'm talking to nobody. I bet you there's at least one person there. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. Hi. So my name's John Lehmkuhl. So many colors. I remember the old days when all layers were green. Yeah, I'm playing with colors. It's like, you know, the percussion's brown, or the basses are like a darker color, and the lighter colors for the I mean, here's another patch. This is Cyber City, so you've got a to be louder, but then the kit comes in. Playing big chords today. Don't know why. I just like big chords. Anyway, I am up to 7 patches. We're gonna probably make like 2 or 3 more. We'll probably make some more during this live stream, I'm sure. There's some fun things to show you. Also, I just got back from a rather, I was almost like feeling out of touch, because for 4 days I wasn't around my computer for the most part, except for a little email here and there. But so, and I'm not putting public storage down because they allowed this whole thing to happen. But a year ago, July 4th, Public Storage had a 50% off sale on their storage facilities. And I took advantage of that. And that was when I started my plan to move here to Idaho. Wanted to be closer to my mom and dad. My daughter was in San Francisco, clearly didn't want to come back to Portland. She likes San Francisco very much. And so I set everything in place. I was like, I'm going to rip my house. I'm going to move to Idaho. I've got this storage place where I can put all my gear. I've got like 25 keyboards or so. I've got a whole lot of stuff. And so I moved all my stuff little at a time in the back of my car. I'd load up my Honda with 2 keyboards and some stuff and take it to storage. Finally got everything there. Did the move. Storage was set. In fact, here I can find a picture. Let's see. I've got some pictures to show you along the way. Hello, Philadelphia. How you doing? Let's see here. You're not going to be cooperative. Okay, thanks. That's when I was doing it. Let me see one of the latest pictures. Oh, that's way back in time. It's funny, when you have a database with 120,000 photos, you just like click in Lightroom and go, just a little bit. It's actually a lot. Anyway, so here's a couple pictures of storage. So I have, a lot of keyboards, a lot of rack stuff. I mean, all my Roland 760, I have an original Sans amp, all this cool stuff. O1V 96K, all sorts of things. Well, since maybe 6 months of having that half off price, all of a sudden Public Storage, hey, next month we're raising your price. And next month we're raising your price. And we're raising your price. And it's finally up from it started at $380 is what they want, right? And so I got it for about $200 a month, which is a great price. It's at $250 now. Next month on October 1st, it goes to $360. So it's okay. I rented this house. It has it's got a garage separate from the car garages. It's designed to facilitate this. So on Tuesday, I flew to Portland, stayed at an Airbnb, had dinner with my friends. I got to eat, let's see here. I got to eat my favorite, this is my favorite buffalo chicken sandwich from Fire on the Mountain. The sweet potato fries were a little burned, but it's okay. It's so good. It's ciabatta bread with chicken and buffalo sauce. And I don't want to torture you guys. But anyway, I rented this great let's see. I rented this big 20-foot U-Haul, loaded up with everything, and Wednesday I drove it back here, got home at midnight. Here's inside the truck with everything loaded. We put all the heavy stuff in the back and tied it back, and then my original wave drum that I did my wave drum voicing on. There's the Karma, the Triton, the Trinity that I originally worked on to make my patches, all sorts of keyboards, and it's stuff. So it's really, really cool actually to have everything back here instead of being half here and half your gear, 380 miles away. So I'm glad to have everything back. It's a friend was telling me it sounded like you're doing a Voldemort fix. It's like you're getting your soul's up there in this gear, getting it back with you. So everything's here with me now, which is really nice, but it took 4 days to do it. So I haven't been, and then last 36 hours, I was like, okay, homework. Oh, this is new. This is new. We can do this. We can do that. The title says 927. Oh, let me fix that. 9. I messed up my math. 921. I must have hit the sorry, fixed. Thanks for the heads up. Oh, here's the link for these bonus patches. If you want to download them, I put it into the chat. I'll put it up here. Updated bonus library of JL patches for Eternal Flow. It's so funny. I was playing with the name Eternal Flame as well, and I missed and kept it on some thing I sent out for publicity. Yeah, 360. It's a very big increase. It was like, okay, and I called them and I said, hey, Public Storage, does it have to be this big of an increase? And they're like, yeah, sorry, we can't change it. That's what it is. So it wasn't cool, but they want their money. Everybody needs their money. And, you know, it fired me up to get everything here in my one location, one place for everything. So I'm thankful for that. Let me show you a couple other bonus patches that are in this library. Here is Tokyo at Night, which has got a cool... The left hand, one note. This is a 2-note patch. Just play 2 notes and you're done. But you got this really cool motion. Cool. The Zen harp we've shown you before for the... This is using the really bright Energize FM layer. And by, you know, filtering is such a great tool to have as a sound designer, because you can take just the certain elements that you want from different sounds. What's my... yeah, so, and then Interstellar pads. This was fun. So you can do fun things like that, right? Metamorphic Strider has a V in the patch name, which means it's using Vital. That's our kind of rule. So this is cool for... Mod wheel. Right? So you can go back and forth between the two. So off you go, right? That's kind of where we're at. I think Scarlet I showed you was the cool rhythmic thing in the right hand and the bass, which is from the Scarlet song I wrote for the demo. Right? So, second half, we'll make some more bonus patches. I have a few things to show you. I did the upgrade in labs. Everything works, so that's good news. When you go to the patches and play them, they work. So the good news, the labs library, it's still intact. It still works, which I was very worried about. Go to soft piano, it's still there. Right? So everything works. Now, it's really sad what they've done. I'm shocked. So here is the new interface where every time you open the interface, it has to access the web, load up these absolutely horrible new updated images for the libraries. They used to be so cool, looking like really cool cards, like from a card deck. Now it's just like someone's bad tarot card for 5-year-olds. It's really bad. You have 2 tiers. They show you over here. No longer is there a list of all the patches. So the using labs in Unify is like the only way to remain sane, because this is just nuts. if you just say free, so it just filters only the free libraries, you can see the downloaded versus those I haven't downloaded yet. If the only way to see the patches in a library is to click on it, and then here they are, and you have to double click. These large preset names taking up all this space, and you don't see any other libraries. And then you have to back out of this, go to another one like obsolete machines, and now you see I mean, it's somebody needs to talk to Spitfire about user interface design, because this is just atrocious. It's horrible. I'm shocked they would do this. Cello moods to like, they're almost plagiarizing an image to do that. It's just like, it's horrible. I have never seen a more poorly thought out interface reapplied to something that had a fairly bad interface, but at least you had a place you could go to and see all of the presets, and you could scroll here. It's like you have to click like this. It shows you the libraries, but not the patches. And you can play a demo. Isn't that nice? You can. But to hear the presets, you have to click it and then click the patch. It's just, what? Yes, Christian has retaken piano books, so we'll see what they do there. But anyway, Labs works. The unified library works. Now the ability to call them up this way is like heaven. I just want to see the patches and choose different sounds, and I want to layer this with the strings. To count how many steps it would take using the Labs interface to layer 2 or 3 sounds is just unbelievable. Whereas in Unify, we can select this, right click on this. Actually just changes this with a single click. Click on this, and we have a 4-layer. I mean, it's super, super simple. All of our patches, from what I can tell, still work. All of the really cool, fun stuff we did with so everything works for the Labs library as it is. I'm not even sure I want to like do another of you guys making patches. It's just sad what they did. They took something and made it, and now they want you to pay to use that interface? Are you kidding me? Guys, really? If you want somebody to pay money, you have to make it easy, not harder. It's really sad because, you know, and Spitfire is one of the companies that has outside money influencing them to do these things and pressurizing them to do this. And to do them and do them so poorly is just sad. So I wish them to redo it. Good luck there, but that's really unfortunate. The sounds are okay, but the visuals and the way of using the library is just, I mean, I'm not a fan of an interface where you just got 2 slider and like you click this to choose. It's like, that's horrible in the first place, but take it a step further and make it so the libraries are like this, and you have to click one and it says upgrade all the time. Or if you're on just the free ones, then every one of them says free. So you have free propagate. It's like interface 101. You don't put great big things repetitive on the page over and over again. It's just the most frustrating. But anyway, I did the update. It all worked. It worked seamlessly. So they did a good job software wise. Thank you. Thank you, Spitfire, for that. But this is just that we get to see Micah every time we call up the interface. It's not good. So that's unfortunate. There's another synth to make you aware of that has come out this week. And I can highly recommend this one. This is Flight. I don't even think I put it in the video description yet. This is a relatively new company called Wavea. Wavea. I'm not sure how you even pronounce their name. Wavea. Got it. This is their site. It's wavea.co. This is, you can download. I was going to see how big this is. Let me see if I go over here. Would it be under libraries, application support? Is there a Wavea folder? No, let's see. Let's go. Wavea. Wavea. Yeah, it's 2.39 gigabytes in size. And they install it into your music folder on the Mac. Now, I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to do data management right now with you guys because there's enough other stuff that I don't want to take the time. But anyway, this is a synth. What you're looking at is the paid version where it says create. See how it's got a toggle up here? Well, when you download it, you can use it for free. Let's see here. I want to keep you guys and your chat going. But on the play side, you basically have the 8 knobs, and then, hey, look at just an interface with patch names. Shock! And all of these patches come with the library, and they all work. They all play. You can call any of them. Now, Sharuz Raufi, I never say his name right. I probably messed up Sharuz. I probably messed up his first name too. He's a Facebook friend of mine. And if you're familiar with our 808 Day libraries, he gave me permission to include his 808 samples. He shared them on Facebook a couple years ago. So if you go, I don't think I have any libraries in here for the free ones, but it's a free library that we've released of 808 samples. So he is part of the team behind this. There's a couple other guys that are really talented. So it goes everywhere. There's all sorts of basses. And of course you can click category and that will group everything like it's supposed to. So it's easy to... Right? So it's free. And let's see if we go keyboards, keys. There's a really good skipjack. There's a nice upright piano. I thought there was a Rhodes in here too. Let's see if we go Sharuz. I thought he had a Fender Rhodes in here somewhere, but anyway, it's free. It has some really interesting things to work with. It has an interface. It's not bad. You can click create and you can say continue. And now you can see that there are 4 different sampler modules, a synth engine, a noise engine. I think there's even more to it than that. There's granular, numerous LFOs similar to Serum. And in the way it's laid out here, I'm not sure if you hit assign right here and I see, then you get the list. Okay, so it's not a more modern interface. You have to go through an assign and click and then go through the list to find the parameter that you want to use. But you do have access to the basics. The filtering seemed really good. There's a whole bunch of different types of filters: bandpass, high pass, analog, modern, filter 2. I don't know if it gets, yeah, it's just basic filtering. They don't have the more complex filter types. You have granular, reverb, delay, They have also chorus, lo-fi. When you call up the patches and you're in play, you have 8 macro knobs that are assigned per patch. And then the mod wheel is separate from these, so the mod wheel does something else too. So they did a nice job with all the programming, props for programming properly. But there's all sorts of stuff. It's semi-creative. It's not getting too far. So it's definitely worth it for a free download. This is one of those things that I should probably unify, because these are just really nice usable patches in a lot of cases. So for free, hard to complain. If you want to unlock it, it's on sale for $99. What that gives you is the ability to go to create, save. Without paying for it, you can only use it as a preset box. But because of the parameters that they have, that might be all you need. It really depends. They should, if it was my guidance, I would put half of the voicing in the play version and then provide more. I mean, giving you everything for free since not too many people program. A lot of people just want to access, and here's your key things to access. So I don't know. Their business model, I hope it works for them. Please support them if you wish, because companies can't do all this stuff for free. It takes money to pay for 1.5 gigabytes of download for 1,000. How many people will download this for free? That's a lot of money. So if you can support. Our industry needs all the support we can get. We're a small industry in the first place. And, as we can see from what Spitfire's doing, they're trying to find places to make money. They're just not being very smart with their decisions. So the tribal player free drum, I haven't heard of that, Tony. If you want to put a link in the video description. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it doesn't have the drag and drop. You're right. I don't want to say it right. October or October with an 8. So you're being. Anyway, it's for free. There's no way you can complain, especially when it has so really great. I just hope they can make their investment back. It's a lot of work to make an interface. It's kind of a cool, funky image. Let me take you in my arms, darling. Ooh, the chords can wrap around. Check that out. Yeah, it's got a lot of interesting stuff. So I can highly recommend everybody check out Flight if you want a free plugin that gives you a lot to work with, a lot of new sounds. Inspiration can come from any patch. Oh, there's one patch in particular that's really cool. I'll probably not be able to find it. If I go to names, will I find it? Probably not. It's a really, really cool kind of pure whistle. It's beautiful, beautiful sound. And they have packs coming soon. So there you go. More ways. That's a good way to make money as well, is to have packs for this free plugin. That was one of the thoughts for Unify that we never got to. So that stuff's good. I have another updated plugin to show you. Let's make a patch while we're doing this one, because this is, what's it called? It's from Lunacy Audio. It's called Beam. So let's call up, and we'll go arpeggiator. Let's get some sort of cool little arpeggiator going on. Let's say, so with this ARP, the way to go is to go to here, step type, and I'm going to set it to be 8th notes. So, but I'm doing it this way, so if I want, I can bring in 16th notes. Okay, so we have a little arpeggiator going. Let's take off all the effects, right? John, what will happen with the old libraries? Yeah, that's a good question. I don't have an answer. Not right now that I'm going to go into. But anyway, let's do this. Call up Beam. B-E-A-M. This is from Lunacy Audio, and their new module is, right now it's available for $29 called Time, and it's very cool. So the way that Beam works is you can add nodes, and it used to just be space, grains, and filter. The new one is time. So if we put filter right here, right? And if I go over here, I have the LFOs. So if I drag the LFO over something, it's now doing its thing. You can click here to control the intensity. It's a cool interface. Now, time, let's do this. Let's say, how would I remove this? Is it just option? Oh, there we go. Trash. So let's put time at the end of this just so you can see what it's doing. To start with, it's seamless, but we have it in resample mode. We could say, let's see. So it can do time tricks, right? It can mess things up severely. But it has a secondary mode called texture, where it will do these things without losing pitch. And let's have the resolution slow down. Now it starts to get interesting. Go to pitch. Stuff like that. You can shuffle the parts so you have some going backwards. So with this ability, and by just clicking in between these, you can get all the way up to 16th notes by just clicking plus for what you want each one of these to do, pitch-wise. All sorts of crazy things, right? So it's a very, very powerful effect. And if you go to the expansion, then you get to these presets that take it advantage. Like, remember, this is what our thing is, right? So they have granular, reverb after that, so you see the order, and you could change the order just by going around like this. So the possibilities get really interesting. I think I'm back in the normal stuff. So let's get back to the expansion. Oh, I didn't get patterns, but I have time warp, so. Here's where it's messing up the sequence of those parts. So if you go to shuffle, you can see where it's playing different parts. So you can do all sorts of crazy things with time. And if you like this, but you want cool space at the end, there you go. Filter before that. And we want this to be doing, let's see, go to this here. We want to see what parameters we have. And let's go to LFO. It's a square wave right now, but we could say change the shape, and they have all these, where's the parameters? Here's your tools. Here's your shapes. Right, so you have presets. You can edit the presets. They've done a lot of improvements since they first brought this out like 6-8 months ago. Yeah, thank you, Mark. Yes. The plugins themselves are still supported, so if a company stops supporting but you still have the plugin that works, then you're fine. So there's tons of patches, exploring using time, and it's really interesting how adding one expansion option, and it took them quite a bit of work. This is a lot of work because it's doing the ability to go to text. If you have resample, then it's gonna like do it like it speeds up as well as it raises the pitch, like if you play tape back faster or something. But to have texture where it's separating the timbre from the time, chances are they probably had to license an engine, which is why this isn't a free update, is because that's something that requires additional complex coding to do this and sound so good. It wouldn't surprise me if it's like Synaptic or something. I don't know. I haven't checked. But as you can see, they've got some very fun expanses. And if you want to put this on drums, let's do this. Let's go to like Rad Bad Beats. Let's copy a cool drum groove from down here. Let's put beam on this. So go over here, say beam. And go to the expansions, to time warp. Sounds pretty good. Remember the original. It's consistent, whereas here, if nothing else, you could have like this alternate patch and then use the mix to go between dry to 100% or 50%. You don't hear any sonic degradation, so it's really, really a solid bit of work they did to do this. Right? I mean, and when you're done, you know, back to dry. So it's a very, very, very well done. I like. So it can go some really fun places. Remember, it's this. Now, it does come at a bit of a CPU hit. As you see, the CPU processor is fairly high because these cool spiffy graphics, they cost CPU cycles to do. So I think if I close this, yeah, it might drop down a little bit. Let's take this out and watch the memory. Let's say operations. So right there. Yeah, see the drop? Drops about 10%. So it, you know, today's computers are fairly powerful, so it's not a huge drop. But it's doing some very cool things. So if you need, there's a new set of presets for Infiltrator, which is the other plugin. If you're looking for that type of thing, do some homework. Don't just buy something just because I or someone else talks about it. But Beam is in the same category as Infiltrator, which is also the same as Shaperbox. So those would be the three I would look at. They each do cool things. This gets into all sorts of things because basically the way this works is you have 10 different slots, and each one of these can be any of these effects. And then there's a sequence page where you can determine when those 10 different effects come on and off. So it can get into truly insane territory. If we go to packs, like Venus has this really cool, I love this. So it's able to do more than Beam. This has decimate, distortion, FM, ring mod, frequency shift. Those are things that are not in Beam yet. I'm scared to think if they add those and add $29 for each one, but we'll see how they do that. Infiltrator comes with all of these things out of the box. You just click on each one of these and you have envelopes for controlling the the interface for Devious Machines Infiltrator 2 is just work of art. It's very, very well done. My friends at Cable Guys, they did Shaperbox. Shaperbox right here. I did voicing for their Curve. Oh, there's a new update. I don't have the new update. But they have all of these modules. Whereas when we were looking at Beam, it had 4. It had filter, reverb, which granular, and now time. So they just added time. Time is here. And when you go to their preset list, I love how they do it. They have little colored lights for what modules are being used. DaVinci, Mark is right. I mean, when I don't think there's going to be any changes between 64-bit and I don't think we're going to go to 120-bit. 120. So the plugins will work. The 32-bit from old days to 64-bit, yes, that was a compatibility issue, and there's bridges software for that, JBridge and some other options on the PC. I don't see anything like that coming. It's more the plugin formats being simple, like VST2 they're trying to get rid of so that they don't have VST2 and VST3. I can understand that. But if you have the VST2 version of a plugin and we've supported it, then just don't delete that plugin. And it should continue to work. If the companies don't support it and the Mac OS doesn't support it, we'll deal with that when we get there. I don't have an answer for that. So email me if you want to talk about this more. Let's not take up the time here. So anyway, as you can see, these are all, and there are some that can do far more sonically than what Lunacy is doing with 4 modules, because these guys have been at it and they now have considerably more modules. They've got all of these different things to play with. So there are other options out there, but Beam sounds really good and it has a cool interface. And the thing that's kind of fun here is that by clicking nodes and saying add, you can add to these in cool creative ways for different algorithmic order of things that aren't quite so easy in other plugins. So it does have its advantages for how it works compared to everything else. So yeah, they're all really cool tools. These multi-effect tools that can do these kind of things are really, really fun. You can do a lot of this stuff inside of Unify just because we have the ability to pay. You can have 4 different auxiliary buses that each had different send amounts going and using any effects you want. So you can get in some really cool territory. In fact, well, we'll stop right there on that. But yeah, any questions? A Looperator and Effect Tricks by Sugar Bytes are cool too. You're right. Yeah, there's more than just these. There's other multi-effects. I forgot about those. Those are really, really great. Tantra 2 is also really good. Yeah. Yeah. Just wanted to know why you only used one sample. Why did I use? Well, because the process of some of those sounds didn't lend themselves to multi-samples. I was processing an existing sample that I have in my library of sounds, and I actually had a folder of stuff. And so there's times when I'm making something, like when I was using if I go to the user library, right? These types of things, I would want to multi-sample them because they work in such a way that I want them to play kind of similar tempos up and down the keyboard. Other times that wasn't important, and I've done enough work with just one sample across the keyboard with all the libraries for Omnisphere. Again, these were going through all sorts of effects to like blur them and diffuse them. Right? And the end result is, if we go down here to pads, something like, you hear the sounds, and you know, this is just one sample. So what's fun with this is that I wanted it so when you play down low, I wanted to slow down those perky sounds. And up high, I wanted to speed him up. I kind of didn't want the perky. I didn't want that to be consistent across the whole keyboard in the same frequency domain. So they were to be in different samples. Because it's one sample, you can play all of them, and it's not like beating you up at a certain frequency range, right? So there's certain ones where I did that. This is another one, I think it's just one sample. You can go down the list. The Neutronics were all one samples. Because it sounds nice. And when I'm doing these libraries, the different names is kind of like a different project that I set up. So the Grain Cloud was all over a day period of making sounds that have kind of a similar approaches. Right? And for this, I wanted this just one sample. Interesting. But see how it's going up and down the keyboard? It just worked. So yeah, it's, you know, there are no set rules. Kind of the way I see it, these libraries are kind of like well, I'll tell you my philosophy. So I have a subscription program. You guys just don't know it. I don't call it a subscription program. It's called Making a Library You Want to Buy. So each month I'm working on making sounds and developing a library. Sometimes there's lulls because somebody else is going to do a library, so it gives me more time to go a little bit deeper with what I do. But you're buying a chunk of my time and what I came up with during that period of time. And if it's not something you're interested in, you don't buy it. And if you are interested in it, then like a whole bunch of you bought this library, which I really appreciate. So I run a unique kind of subscription program. It's called, you know, make something cool that people want to buy, and they'll buy it. If you make it where it's a subscription program and you're just gonna, I mean, I don't have the resources to do such a thing, but you know, some people have suggested I should put all my libraries in, but then you just subscribe for a couple days and download them to your hard drive and you're quit. So I just try to make cool stuff, and I experiment, and I'm trying different things all the time. It's up to me to up my game, because you guys can read if I'm like relaxing and just not doing anything cool, then you won't buy it. It's how it should be, you know? So yeah, I've been running a subscription program the whole time. Just never told you. My subscription program is called Make Cool Stuff People Want to Buy. Oh, I was going to show. I didn't get it set up ahead of time. Let me go reveal in the Finder. Come over here. I do have to point out, so it's towards the end of September, so we're going to do September birthdays. And there's, let's see, where is it at? Did I put it up here? Temporary out. Is it in the libraries folder already and I just didn't see it? Yeah, I did. Oh no, that's Rad Bad Beats. I need Big Bad Beats. Where's Big Bad Beats? That's not the Omnisphere 2 libraries. Where did I put it? Oh, my current patch folder. So here we go. So Big Bad Beats. So it is the start of the September birthdays, and today a special library is available at a special price at my, and I don't, these are only advertised through my newsletter, so you have to be there to know about this and when they are and so forth. Let me show you the schedule. I can show you this. So let's close these windows. Go over. Where did I put it? It was like 2 a.m. last night. I'm like going, get everything ready. September birthdays. Here we go. September birthday JPEG. So for this month, September, these libraries all came out in September over the last 14 years, since 2009. And today, Big Bad Beats is available for $25 at my website. It's normally $52, so it's more than 50% off. This is the library. Did I do it? Yeah, I did. So if we go to RX2 of these, this is the very first library I released in, I believe, 2000. That marked my start in selling and making a living as a sound designer outside of my work for Korg. I'd been working for Korg as a sound designer since like 2000, let's see, it's a long ways back. 1988, I joined Korg. 1989, I sent my bank to Japan and I started working on the M1 the drum card. So from 1989 to 2000, I just worked for Korg exclusively. And then starting in 2000, I released a library through Ilio on audio CD for $100 and a Kai CD-ROM or Roland CD-ROM, I've linked for $199. It's $200. Back in the day, that's what it was. Now it's $25 and so much more work into it. But this is a library of drum loops. And I've recycled everything. The way that I did these, I'd make a drum loop and I'd record to DAT. And I would like mix and solo and take parts out. Just the elements by themselves. So you could use these on your Roland sampler. It would take multiple tracks on multiple MIDI channels to go between the small mix for the verse, the introduction. Boom. And then the chorus. The crash, right? So all of these loops, Velvet Pants, and the work to recycle this library, oh my gosh. This is before Recycle was in stereo. So we actually had to, Eric Persing had someone work on a little software program. We worked with Ilio, who I was part of, and Eric was Spectrasonics, of course. And so it was a partnership to create what's called Groove Control. And all of Eric's libraries, all of Stylus RMX, is all based on Groove Control. Here, if we go, let's see, let's call it Stylus. So Stylus, if you go over here, okay, we're on C to play, and you go to sound check to all the libraries, and you have to choose here and say, here's the RMX grooves, and you choose one of these, right? And my tempo's slow and stuff like that. But after the core library, there's the EXP libraries, right? And let's see if we go over here to tempo, speed this up to like something decent. There's Ilio libraries down here, and of course at the top, Spectrasonics libraries. So backbeat. And are these? Oh, let's see, host, sync, and autoplay. Drums, all that stuff. Well, on the Ilio side, we did Big Bad Beats. Now, what we had to do was use Recycle, which is a program for marking all the timing things, and it would only do it to, it was mono. It would spit out mono samples. So you had a stereo sample, it became mono. That's why so many of the early breaks, they were recycled, but they were mono. But we came up with this piece of software where we could split a stereo file into two files, left and right, recycle one side, and then it would apply the recycle presets to the other side, and then we would have to spit them all out, and then it would mix them back to stereo. And like Big Bad Beats is somewhere around about 150,000 samples because of all the drum loops. It's all, every one of those is a little tiny timing transient, right? So the amount of work of editing every sample to get rid of all the hiccups and stuff, using a crossfade that had a buffer so it'd be smooth crossfades for the left and, well, no, I could do it when it was stereo after the fact. But I edited about 400,000 samples just for this one library to get done. I mean, the amount of work was nuts. But the grooves are cool. And then we have also the original loops here. So here you have to have your tempo at 83 beats per minute. And this is the original audio file before it's gone through the recycle process. It sounds so good. And then there's the vocoder version where I made all these cool patches using those drum grooves to power the vocoder. Right? So if you're trying to do cool stuff, I mean, here's a really fun place where we're using drum grooves. And if you go over to the knobs, did I set it up? Drum. Amount of work. It's on sale for $25 only today until tomorrow at 12. And then the Mega Magic Waves Date bundle, which has Mega Magic Dreams and Mega Magic Pads, that will be available for 50% off. Monday, Mega Magic Guitars Part 2 for Omnisphere. Tuesday is ESC's Neutronics, which is a really cool synthy BPM library. Signs of Life is Wednesday. Bass Box for Trillion will be on Thursday. Omnipulse 3 Cinephire is Friday. Next Saturday, the Chill Guitar Phrases Library, which is really, really cool. And then Sunday, Mega Magic Pads. So those are our libraries that will be 50% off for 24 hours. I make an announcement about 12 o'clock each day. Through the newsletter, and that's like the go point where it shifts from one of these to the other library being 50% off for 24. I do it this way. I'm sorry if it's a lot of email, but it makes for my financial surviving, making each one of these libraries and getting to talk about each library a little bit and celebrate each one of these. They're my kids. I've spent months on each one of these. And to have them one at a time, you guys are a lot more responsive to actually buying them. If I put these all up and said, here's my birthday libraries, nobody buys them. But by doing it where I do each day, it's made such a wonderful difference. It's really appreciated, and it's a lot of email, but I get a lot of email from, so many companies that are selling 25 serum packs for $5 every day. And, there's a little more reason for these emails. And I only do it at the end of the month for a couple days, so I hope you guys don't mind. You have all of them? Cool. Thank you. I love all of you. Like I said, what I do is an adventure. We're on this together. And it's an honor to get to do what I love to do. And you guys can appreciate and be creative and have all sorts of fun and play. It's a lovely thing. So I appreciate all of you and what we get to do together. Get to hang out like this each week. It's the best. So let's make a bonus patch. Yeah, FM8, wait, that's way back. Let's play with this, because there's a whole lot of frequency content here. Any plans to make a library with sounds produced by the Waldorf Iridium? If you want to buy me a Waldorf Iridium, Tony, I'd be happy to make a library with it. Don't have one. Oh, vendor? Dude. You guys, thank you. So, because this has such cool frequency content, ooh, I love all this. No, I did a video a while back when I was in Germany during the this really cool synthplex with all these YouTubers, like 20, 25 YouTube personalities, influencers, went to Germany to Tommen's big, huge mega facility, shipping and the storefront and all that stuff, and they had rooms with video set up, and I played the was it the not the Iridium. I've never had it an Iridium. Good night, Ivar. See you. Yeah, I don't have an Iridium. I would like to have an Iridium. A lot of people have told me how much they love theirs. But I don't have one, and I can't build libraries if I don't own it, so. Let's see, instead of a sweeping thing, I kind of just want to freeze a certain frequency. So there's a really cool area right in there. It's gonna be a cool uplifting kind of thing. Oh, so what does the wave state bundle consist of? Here, I'm gonna save this. Let's go save. Put this into bonus. It's gonna be a pad. I'll go work in progress so I can explain real quick. Save as. Save. So the wave state native, if we go over here and say wave state, is a software version. There's also the hardware version. I know there's updates. Not now. And I have made 2 libraries of sounds that I originally created for Omnisphere. Mega Magic. Actually, there's a couple others I'm working on, so you'll see the names in here of Bells and Winds is coming. And Mega Magic Pads Volume 2, I'm in the process of working on for this too. But Mega Magic Dreams, these are all... I might not get this to work. Samples missing. Yeah, I need to update my way of doing things. I updated the software and I don't have it linked to the library quite right. But there's 2 libraries of patches and then bonus patches just for the wave state I created. So if you go over here to the, not now, if you go to, as you see in the list, you'll get to, let's see, collection. Bells and Winds. Bells and Winds I hope to release later this year. And Mega Magic Dreams. See the Mega Magic Dreams bonus? There's bonus patches doing wave state type of things that are really cool. So it puts those 2 libraries into wave state format. If you don't have them already in Omnisphere or Unify or Serum or Contact, I've made some of these libraries available in lots of different formats for lots of different plugins. But there's a couple unique things with the bonus patches for the wave state, things like that. So, yeah. Let's go here to bonus. Where's the work in progress? Let's see, update our database. Here we go. Sure, you're welcome. So let's take this, and then I kind of have a cool idea. I want to use something like maybe Freedom Bell, since it has a really cool attack. Now, what can we do to this to make it unique? I have an idea. Let's do this. So this LFO can be used in some cool ways. Let's say custom. Let's call up square. And then I can play with this after the fact, but this gives me the ability to set pitch. Let's say notes, sync, so it stays updated. And set this to 12.0. That's how you get octave dancing, because the depth, if you set to 24, 24, let's go. Yeah, we'll go. Yeah, 24.0, 2 octaves, which means it goes up 2 octaves and down 2 octaves. Let's say 12.0, and I'm gonna just say unilaterals, so it's just, it ignores that. Well, we could do this. Uh-oh, I got it. Let's see if I go like that. Okay, I guess I have to do that. I thought I could do the balance. Make you guys seasick if I'm not careful here, so let's have this maybe be let's put this be a saw down. Now, I'm going to take out the low end. So it's really the euphoria energy I want. Is the wave state bundle different from the Mega Magic pads and Dreams for Contact? Well, there's a core library, right? And then there's the bonus patches, and those are where it deviates between the different libraries. I'm not going to change patches, but if you go to Mega Magic, do I have Dreams? Or I don't have any of those in here. But if you go to like Mega Magic Guitars or Mega Magic Pads Volume 1, up here you have the basic pads, which are the core pads. So those are the same between all the different libraries. But then there's bonus patches that I make for each library using whatever cool things that are unique to that particular plugin. But, you know, in Contact, we had our own interface made for it. So it had some cool timing things we could do and stuff like that. Thank you, vendor. Appreciate it. That means you can make some patches. So make sure you make a few patches for our bonus bank. These are all, hopefully you guys are all making patches, right? Let's see now, what can we add to this? It's gonna be BPM pad now because we have tempo. Let's do this. Just to be tricky, we're 12 on 01, so it's a little bit out of tune. And let's have that also, I brought down the filter cutoff so I could have it also do brightness. And instead of starting it bright, I'm going to change the phase to 50 so that it starts dark. And just so you know, if you want, you can set the phase to 25, and that would be starting on like the second half, like the first second quarter. Kind of cool. Now we need a little glue. So I'm going to go over to layer, add layer, and then we have all these options. Let's try to add something from DX. Let's say maybe the orchestra bank. This would be kind of cool. So I'm going to solo this. And I can go to the cart and you'll see that I have all these different orchestra patches I found and put. I was kind of feeling like almost liturgical. So what if we were to add, let's say reverb, let's say like Dragonfly Hall. Let's get rid of some of the low end. And then add a little chorus. Slow it down. Let's see what it sounds like when we combine that with everything else. Just a nice solid. That's kind of cool. And I want to find something to play with it. How does the accents and the filtering? So let's find one more layer. I'm not going to add percussion yet. We might add percussion after this. Let's try this. Maybe we can do something fun. I wanted to play with these. I added under special effects these noises. So if we say instrument 1. And I wanted to do some frequency jumping, like what's happening with that pad that's got rhythm on it. So let's do this. Go over here, go to this. And let's just copy, well, I can copy the curve. It's a basic just square wave, so it's not. I could also do this, check this out. Here's a cool trick for you guys. So we have the ability to hold down Control and Shift and copy like this GUI sampler. I'm going to copy this GUI sampler by holding on Control and Shift and click. And then I'm going to go down here to this noise element, right? And we have a lock right here because I want to lock this sample. You do this before you do the paste. And now you hold down Shift and paste, and what it does, it takes everything else parameter-wise from GUI Sampler, the square wave, the filtering. So now it's the same as Freedom Bell. Right? Now, I want to emphasize that differently. So I'm going to make an amp shape. We'll see saw down. Yeah, I want it to be like 50%. And I want this noise to be emphasized. But I want the right things to be emphasized. So we're going to go over here. Let's say EQ. Select EQ. I'm going to bring down the low end of the low shelf. There. And then I have two EQ options. This is the parametric. So right in there, and then let's say from about 4,300. So I'm doing an extreme cutting of low frequencies. They're there, but they're not very strong. And I'm emphasizing high frequencies. So when I put that into the mix, might be, let's see. I don't want to ring out so long, so let's get these guys to be a little bit shorter. Bring up some reverb on these guys. Because reverb is great for giving you tails without long releases sustaining the notes. So. Goes, what should we call this? What should we call this one? Freezing at the ice rink. Drifting continents. Interesting. I had a different name in mind, so I'm going to kind of go with what I'm hearing in my head. BPM pad timekeeper. Because there's definitely an element of timing to this, right? BPM pad. made during the September 21st live stream of 2024. Now let's see what happens if we add some percussion. Maybe we can do some fun things with percussion too. Because you know how they had timing and pitch separate? Well, because these samples are played from a sequencer, we have similar controls. So we could say like a small tambourine. Now I want to be halftime, so go to the MIDI box, say halftime. And then check this out. Let's go over here. Let's say note sync like a half. So check this out. Here's what tambourine's doing. Because I'm putting pitch to an LFO, and then let's add some fun things to it for timing wise. We don't need noise box on this. We'll go over here and say Chow Matrix. Let's play the Chow Matrix for a minute. Let's pan left and right, set it to sync. Now there's some fun tools down here. There's delay modulation and the frequency distortion. There, we'll play with pitch a little bit too. And a little bit of feedback so it grows. Maybe no pitch. Now the fun thing here is if, oh, I clicked the wrong one. Is it? There we go. See what we did. I broke it for a second here. So say left, this. And then if I hold down, is it shift again? I can add more modules. Let's have this do one more out on a quarter note. And have it have a lot of feedback. And let's have it be high pass filtered. Have all these be high pass filtered. And if we go over here to this, how do I guess I just click and drag. If I hold down shift and click here, I can add a third nodule. And let's see, so one, the trick here is you have to keep track of where you have everything panned. 1 and 2 and then 3. Oh, but don't want to freeze it. There we go. It's kind of fun. I don't want to be too weird. I just want to be cool. It's Timekeeper. Let's see, volume gain right here. There it has a little Okay, I mean, I could keep playing on this forever. Let's update it. And then I'm going to bring down the mix. Bring up the dry. Here's without it. Just to give it a little bit more variety, let's give it a little bit of reverb after that. Let's say like maybe just hall verb. And no dampening. That's better. All right, let's do one more really quick. I have something else I want to play with really quick I wanted to do. So let's go init, start from scratch. I'm going to add a MIDI box, and I'm going to go to the Eternal Flow library, and I have a folder with all of these. Where are they? Not the wave sequence ones. Well, we could do a wave. Let's do... There's a couple things I was going to play. Where was it at? Right here. The bell patterns. No, it wasn't that. It must be in here. Let's do rhythm get down. I think that's the one. So it's doing this crazy timing, right? And we want to go over here. We want to say Guru Sampler. And we want to go to the Eternal Flow library and call up like the first of the bells. Right? Now, we need to go to MIDI effect layers, show this, because I need this MIDI box. I'm going to hold down Control and Shift. My Mac thinks I'm trying to get Siri to work, but I'm not. And copy that, delete it, and up here instead put a MIDI box here. Hold down Shift and paste and click right here to link it. Now we're back to the same, but it's a separate MIDI effect layer because now the fun starts. So we need to go Creative, Polybox, and we have 12 layers. I'm going to do Chord Auto Reset. Now I need to tell this to expand. So it's just MIDI channel 1. So now it doesn't play all the other ones. So then we need to go over here. We need to say duplicate. Let's say plus 15. So it goes all the way up to MIDI channel 16, but we only need 12. So we say get rid of these guys. 12. All right. So right here, I'm going to save this so that you guys have this to play with. This is a BPM pad, wave sequence, start. So you can start here if you want. We'll save this to the Eternal Flow bonus library. Let's see. This is the default unprogrammed wave sequence starting patch. And author is who else? Me. And I'll fill in this stuff here. So save as, save. So this will be there for you. Because now at this point, you can change any of these plugins to any plugin you want. You could say Serum. The next one I want to be Vital. The next one I want to be Dune. Let's see, right click and Dune. Right? So the first three, after it takes a minute to load up. And I can play chords. Right? So it's there as a starting point for you to work from and do anything you want. Let's see, go here. BPM pad, wave sequence start. You can also do this, where open up each one and go to each guru sampler and change it to be a different. I'm just gonna click and click, 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 click. How you doing? You having a good day? Good, glad to hear it. Click, 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 click. Let's get down to the bottom of the list, add some weird special effects, some noises in here. Yeah, let's have a rain stick. That'd be fun for one piece in there, right? So you just mess it up because it's repetitive, so it's going to become, let's see, let's go pad, all the way down the list, and say pad. Now, for the output, I want to go over here to replace with a layer preset for master presets, and we're going to choose optimizer light, which just puts it just a little bit of sweet finalizing. And now I hear albums that start this way. Boom, 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 you know? So now I hear a lot of repetitive of the bass still, so I didn't replace this. Let's go wood. And let's say like harpy. Let's go down an octave. So you can now pick out the places that you want to have stand out. Like this right here is important. You can also do fun panning things. And here's my rain stick. This is where the sample starts later. Noises are the coolest things in wave sequences. Like I said, so this would be a tambourine. Let's say like tambourine, and I'm gonna say no pitch. So just let's get a little percussion for the right side at the very end. Let's go over here. That would be a shaker. So that's how wave sequencing works. And if something's short and you want to ring out, just bring up the amp release. Remember to be pad. Because now, with that going on, you can add other things that will get it to be a little bit more focused. So let's go over here to the BPM stuff. Let's say BPM, just to show you, if we add a BPM kick to this really quick, say load this into a new Unify layer and MIDI box. I don't want it to note transpose, so now like this upbeat, there's a tambourine. I actually want that to be a pad, and so let's go pitched. then you can start adding all sorts of effects now. So like that. Like this one, I want this to be an octave up, so go plus 12. And I want to emphasize that a little bit more. So let's do this. Let's give it something that's going to like make your ears go, ooh, what'd you just do? You're trying to trick me. So let's go sawtooth down, 16th notes. So now, and let's find a different sound. Right, so we're gonna filter it a little bit. So let's go bring you down. That's kind of fun. Now, for real glue, we need to go to like a pad. So let's go down to the pads. Let's choose something like maybe Mellow Jaws, just to give it like a solid bottom. So right here at the end, layer number 14 is a pad. Maybe an octave up. Now we need a little upbeat thing to give it a little bit more cohesive energy. It's all about how you distribute the timing energy, right? So if we go back to Eternal Flow, maybe like a tiny tambourine, load this as a new Unify layer, because I like to open this up. When you load these as a Unify layer, you can go to this pattern and you can see what is going up. So blank, just 2 and 4. Jack swing. So that's the start. I'll keep working on this. This has another bit of work to do. Weave sequence done will be the name of it. So it'll be right next to the start. So it'll be easy to find. Let's see, get rid of the exclamation point in the name. Save as. So when you get to now these aren't in the bonus that you can download, the bonus bank. These haven't been added yet, but there's a wave sequence start. Let's see, if we go start is, that's what we started with. And then with just a little bit of random clicking, I wasn't even paying attention at first to what I was doing for what sounds to select, but right? So that's the fun of this, is there's a whole bunch of playful experimentation to some of this that we do, you know? And then, yeah. Yeah, the reverb and stuff makes... Let's put a reverb on this. Let's say like Zen Verb, because it's got the ability to do this really cool. And let's also have this, needs a little release. And maybe up an octave. So now when I do that, idea. Let's see if we get to Jaws right here. It's just sitting right now, right? Let's see. Let's hold down Control Option and click this, and that will spit it to just layer 1. And I'm gonna go to Mega Magic Pads, Battleborn, because it's like the brightest, purest, right? And I want to have it fading up and down. And then fade out. Slower. And take off velocity sensitivity, so it does the same thing all the time. Very loud, but now with that motion, might need one more. What the heck? Let's do this all up. So let's go to like the wood bell, like this. Load this just as a Unify instrument. And let's go over here to arpeggiators, to blue arp, and let's set it to chords. And then turn on Pump House. And it sounds weird, but once we put that in the mix, see how it's accenting certain things? And to make it even stick out a little more, I'm going to use some distortion. So I can get to really hit those high frequencies. And I notice I'm playing in the bottom part of the keyboard. So I got to take everything down. Stop there. I could keep going, but what are we at? 15 layers or something like that? 16 layers. Crazy. Okay, I'll stop. I have more stuff in my head I'm hearing to do, so Wondering about incorporating Big Sky Mix. I'm not sure what that is. Big Sky MX. Let's see here. All right. Let's do our shout outs before I forget that. Shout out from where you are. Oh, by the way, I have to show this picture. Oh, it's not here. Lightroom. Have to give a shout out to my assistant, Taylor. He's helping with all the tech support. He's giving you guys the answers while I'm talking away here at times. He was a rock star in helping me with getting the other thing to move. And here is my buddy Todd. So shout out, Taylor is my brother. And Todd is another fellow brother. And then we had another friend, Torin, help move. But I couldn't have done this without their help. So thank you guys. And then I went and got my dog, Athena. And she was happy to see me. She's such a sweet dog. But yeah, everything's been moved. It's all set. I'm very, very happy with having everything at my house. So that's nice. Well, shout out to all of you. Thank you for your support. Denmark, Scotland, Kazakhstan, and Japan. Camino Island, Washington. Don't forget to make your patches. Yes, everybody, don't forget to make some patches. This bonus library is for everybody to contribute to. So I hopefully will have more than, I'll do 20 or so. I know, you got to go outside, right? Okay, 1 second. And I'm going to be, like 20 or so, but hopefully you guys can make some too. There's really fun things. A really cool tip is to use a little bit of Eternal Flow and then a little bit of something from the full library that's just more normal to keep it grounded. But have fun. There's so many places you can go with that stuff. All right? All right. Have a great creative week. Look forward to some happy birthday sales, and we'll talk to you soon, okay? Cheers, everybody. Do you want to say hi? Do you want to say hi? Athena's right here. Come here. Come here. I know you got to go potty probably, but... Ugh. Athena says hi. Hi. Hello. All right, we'll see you later. Have a great week. See you guys later.